Good evening, everybody. Welcome along to the Football Martin channel. This is the pre-match show, and it's live.
One. That is a terrific goal. Humdinger.
He's put Cienza through. Cienza's in behind Devlin. In the box. Just man to beat. And does so.
Good goal. Good play.
Leo Cienza wakes up at Fratton Park.
Okay, carry on. Oh, look at this. Bobby Stokes. Pick well. Oh, he's there. Stokes has put Southampton in the lead. Peter Rodrigues.
Crouch, he is going to have it.
Again, he's hit Babianski, but it's followed in by Manolo Gabbiadini. It's small ball. Now the City roars.
Very good evening, everybody. Welcome along to the pre-match show. It's live. You can get involved in the comments box below. You can give me all your score predictions ahead of this one tomorrow in the Sky Bet Championship as Saints head to the KP, and I hope you enjoyed that little opening. It's a great little holding place because YouTube takes a little while to push this show out live when I put it out live, so it takes a little while to push it out. So it's a nice little opening. There's a few extra bits of commentary in there that I really like as well. There's the FA Cup final, which I found today. I had to put it in there. One of my favourite Southampton goals of all time. Thank you all for joining us. If you're tuning in live, if you're watching in catch up, please do get involved in the comments box below. Give us all your thoughts ahead of this one tomorrow. Very much looking forward to it. Right, what is coming up into today's show? It's jam-packed. Plenty of takeaways, loads of cutaways in this show. A lot of people really enjoyed them last week in the build-up show. We're going to be getting all the latest on everything at Leicester City with Jack from the final whistle. And we will also be getting my predicted lineup. We'll be talking about your predicted lineup as well. We look at the head-to-head and we will discuss, are the playoffs on for the Saints? I certainly feel that they absolutely are. And we'll hear what Tonda Eckert had to say about Sam Edozie and Carl Larin. And yeah, you need to make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, make sure you do get and subscribe to the channel because you will be first to know about anything that the Football Martin channel drops, and we have some great stuff coming your way. Certainly tomorrow, with it being a game day. I'm not travelling to the KP for this one, so I will be doing a live watch along, and you can join me for that if you want to. It's from 7:45. The only thing I need to do is try and find a way to watch it because it's not on Sky Sports Plus this game, unfortunately, which is really, really annoying. It's not on Sky Sports Plus, so we will find a way to watch it. There's no doubt about that. Right, let's get into the show. Right, let's see who's in the live. Let's see who's here and welcome you all along. Red and white SFC are in on paper. Perfect time to play them. Let's see how it goes. Often our bogey team over the years. Jack, thank you for joining, my friend. I hope that you are well and you enjoyed the weekend's game at St Mary's. Will Romeo ever appear? Romeo, will he appear? Good question, my friend. Will he appear? I don't know if he will, you know. I'm not convinced by it. I am not convinced by it. If we don't see him in the FA Cup next weekend, I don't think we will ever see him play for Saints. And I think it's a big shame. Just seems to be a bit of a disaster so far. What else do we have? Big Vernon's gang is in the live. On the bench is looking very strong. It is looking really, really strong. Barry is here. Barry, thank you for joining. Barry, I think it is Barry from the Dow Bar. And match day is like never before down at St Mary's. I love going to the Dow Bar. Great staff, fantastic manager who does a wonderful job down there. The team are superb. We love the Dow Bar, and I'm pretty sure that is Barry from the Dow Bar. Must keep a back four, says Dan. I totally agree, Dan. the back four has been good, isn't it? It's working really well for us. And when you look at the weekend and how well we did play again with it, and we're keeping clean sheets, and that is the biggest thing, isn't it? Keeping clean sheet is everything that we need to do right now. And if you win clean sheets, you've got a hell of a chance in winning games of football, haven't you? That's for sure. Right, let's have a look at a few stats ahead of this game tomorrow at the KP. We're going to be joined by Jack in around 10 minutes time. 10 minutes into this show, we'll get Jack on and we'll get a bit of Leicester City chat. Right, the season stats so far. This is the average sofa score rating for each team. 31 matches each. Goal score 41 for Leicester, 44 for Saints. Goals conceded, they've conceded a couple of more than us, but not loads more. They've conceded 47, we've conceded 41. They've had 3 clean sheets, we've had 7, getting much better in that department. And then you look at the ball possession. Saints ball heavier than Leicester, and Leicester were really good with the ball a couple of seasons ago when they were in the Championship under Enzo Maresca. They were very, very good, weren't they? Things are not so great at Leicester at the moment. That points deduction, we'll find out a little bit more about that from Jack, how's that affected things. But I've watched a lot of Leicester City content over the last couple of days, and what some of their fans are saying is very, very interested about the performances of some of their players, or lack of performances from their players. And we look at their players. Who are the inform Leicester players? Ex-Southampton defender Yannick Vestergaard is one of the highest rating sofa score rated players. Jordan James. Then you've got Harry Winks in there, and they've been very critical. A lot of fans around Harry Winks and his performance, but he's in the top 4. So it just goes to show that these average sofa score ratings are not as sure they're as good as they possibly could be. Ryan Manning makes it the 3rd best Saints player, and he's absolutely 100% not. The OCMs are definitely is. 7.40. Taylor Harwood-Bellis has been brilliant recently. He's featured in the top 5 Southampton players all season long. Casper Yander, he's been superb in recent weeks as well. I thought his performance on Saturday was really, really good. A standout performance from him yet again. And it was another defeat for Leicester at the weekend. They went to St Andrews, a really tough place to go. They had yet another sending off, and they went on to lose the game. And we should have a little look actually at their previous results as well, because their results have been really, really poor. They've had a tough time this season, like we've said, and it'd be good to have a look at all their recent results. I thought I had on the screen, but I haven't got them in front of me, which is annoying. I will pop them up in a minute. I will get them up for later on the show. We will have a look at their recent results in the Championship, but they did lose at the weekend against Birmingham City. Tough place to go, isn't it? Really tough. Right, get involved in the chat below if you're tuning in live and want your opinions. Thank you very much for that £5. That is really, really kind. Can't thank you enough for your continued support of the channel. This all does go a long way, so thank you very, very much, Crookie Crook. What an absolute superstar. What's the points deduction enough? Thought it would have been more. Yes, I thought it would have been a lot more, James. They got off very, very lightly, didn't they? Congratulations to Middlesbrough for going top. Yeah, they've done brilliant, Phil, haven't they? Absolutely superb. They have well and truly closed in on the top spot, and change of manager has made no difference whatsoever. Absolutely flying. Leicester got off lightly, should have been deducting more points than 6. Absolutely. Where can we watch the game tomorrow? It's not on Sky Sports or Sky Sports Plus. Absolute disaster that. I think we have to find ways to watch it. I will be all over the Saints web forum looking for some links on it. I'm sure there'll be a way to watch it. There'll be no doubt about that. Vestergaard, I think he was injured in the last game. I did see this from Red and White SFC. Apparently, the Premier League requested a 12 points deduction. EFL refused and thought 6 was the right outcome, where they've totally outspent what they had coming in. They were spending out more, huge amount on players, wages and buying players, and they weren't bringing enough in to cover it. And that is why they have ended up with this points deduction. Less than 1,000 travelling tomorrow. I will be there. I live and work in Leicester. David at the game tomorrow. Hope you enjoy it, mate. But it does look like there are a lot of empty seats. It's not on at the Dow Red-faced. I am big up DNS Carpets. This show is in association with DNS Carpets, as you can see down on that bottom right-hand corner. Our sponsors of many of our shows and a big sponsor of the Football Martin channel. Thank you to Sam, Dave and his team at DNS Carpets. Right, league form is on the screen as well. You've got Leicester, they haven't won in the last 5 games. Saints with 3 wins in the last 5. Found a bit of form under Tonda Eckert, not beaten in the last 4. And since he reverted to that back 4 against Sheffield United, he hasn't really looked back, is he? Let's be quite honest. I think it's been something that we called for a long time. Maybe it was personnel was an issue why he didn't do it. A few people were saying, well, he couldn't do it because he didn't have the personnel. I believed he had the personnel to do it, but he has finally reverted to that back 4. And we look such a better team for it. Wellington at left back, superb. James Bree has been like a new signing. I think he's been brilliant. And that win over Watford made it 4 games unbeaten for Saints. We closed the gap on the playoffs in the Sky Bet Championship to just 4 points now. It was a 5th straight unbeaten result. If we could go 5 unbeaten tomorrow, if we could really, really close him. We could go as high as 8 tomorrow if everything goes to plan. And the Foxes will arrive tomorrow and they will feel pretty flat. They're in a relegation dogfight. Jack will tell us a bit more about that in a short while. Joe Aribo, he won't be available for the game tomorrow night. Obviously, he's on loan. His contract expires at Saints at the end of the season. Flynn Downs, he was replaced early in the game. There'll be question marks over his fitness. Eckert has spoke about changing the team. Is there any major need to change the team? Really? Well, we've got an FA Cup game in the weekend, mate. Don't worry about it. Let's just win this game. Let's not go back to what we were doing before, like getting ahead of ourselves. Let's just get this game out of the way and then we can look at the FA Cup game. Look, you can rest people when we get to the weekend. They can have a whole week off. Just play our best players tomorrow. Tom Fellows will be really important and we'll find out why very, very shortly. But Flynn Downs, friends of mine, good friends of the channel, they did see him limp into his car on Saturday. He took a kick just below the knee and it's very, very painful. He couldn't carry on the weekend. He looked like he was really uncomfortable. Andy King is in charge at Leicester at the moment, one of their ex-players. He's doing his best in a very difficult situation, but Leicester are on the verge of announcing who their new manager is going to be very shortly. Russell Martin, very much in the frame. He could even be in the stands tomorrow night. We'll ask Jack a little bit more about that very, very shortly. So a few tips in the chat about how to watch the game tomorrow. Shame Aribo isn't available. Somebody hoping that Joe Aribo would be available. Hi, Martin. Yeah, Ian, great to have you on, mate. It's good to have you here, mate. Hope you're in good form. But yeah, Joe Aribo, that's a brilliant comment. Shame Aribo isn't available. Joe Aribo, yeah, I'm kind of next away game for me. It will be Sheffield Wednesday, followed by Coventry. Tickets are in the bag for Sheffield Wednesday. Anyway, I bought those a couple of days ago. But yeah, looking forward to those games. Really looking forward to going to Sheffield Wednesday. I've never been there actually to Hillsborough, and I just want to go there and experience it. Yeah, just get a bit of a feel for Hillsborough. I've never been there, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to going to that one. So Tonda Eckert, he was very happy with the performance of Carl Larin, who made his debut at the weekend. He's also very pleased with the performance of Sam Edozie.
To be fair, I was very happy with Sammy coming on. I think for Kyle couldn't have gone any better than scoring 3 minutes with his first touch. And that's what we need. There will be many games that you bring to a certain moment and then they can go in both directions, and that's where we just need power from the bench. We had that today, and yeah, I think we already deserved 3 points.
Yeah, I thought Sam Edozie done well when he came on. And I was listening to Going Home with Adam and Joe earlier, and I thought he made some really good points. Joe and Adam did, and they were talking about Sam Edozie. Isn't it such a shame that he's wasted almost a whole year? You know, when he went out on that loan and he went overseas, imagine what a championship loan would have done for him as a player. I know he went over and he done really well in Belgium in like the second league, but you look at Shay Charles, they spoke about him, Adam and Joe, about going away as a boy and coming back as a man. And that's exactly what he did. I just feel there's been a wasted opportunity with Sam Edozie, a total mismanagement of a player, whether that's on his part, the club's part, a bit of both probably, you would have to say. But he got his opportunity the weekend and he absolutely took it. He came off the bench at the same time as Cole Larin, and Cole Larin was very quick to praise his teammates and helping him settle on the South Coast.
I don't know how I imagined it. I think you put in the work during the weekend, and the staff and the players have been helping me get used to how it is here. So I think all of that helped me out a lot, and it just made me more comfortable on the pitch.
Cole Larin, I thought he done well when he came off the bench. Does he get a start tomorrow? Is he fit enough to get a start? Get involved in the comments box below. I'd love to get your opinions on whether you think he should start tomorrow. I have got a sneaky feeling he may give him the first 45 minutes tomorrow. If he wants to play with that profile striker, I'm not sure trying to play Ross Stewart consecutively back-to-back is necessarily the way to go. That's just my opinion. I don't think we should over-push him. Look what happened when we did it before. We're going to have a look at my predicted lineup very shortly. So here it is. That was the lineup from the weekend. Right, let's get my lineup for the game tomorrow. This is my predicted lineup. I have a feeling they arrest James Breeze on the verge of suspension. I saw they said in the Echo today. It was on X today. Taylor Howard-Ballis, Jack Stevens. I don't think you can really change the back four. I'd start with Wellington and James Breeze if it was me. I got a feeling they bring Yella in and play him at right back. Will he play Manning at left back? Hope not. But I wouldn't be surprised to see him. Shea Charles, a partner, Caspiander. I think they won't risk Flynn Downs if there's any doubts over him. Tom Fallows has to play. They're particularly weak on their left-hand side. Cienza, will he start? He absolutely should do. He's Southampton's top-rated player, and he absolutely should start in this game. If you want to mount a serious playoff charge, you need the best players on the pitch. Finn Azaz, he should start. Cole Larin up top, maybe just to start the game. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Matsuki come in and play over Cienza or Fellows, but it'd be over. I just think Leo has to start, even though he didn't have his best game at the weekend. I still think he has to start. He's still our best player, so I think you've got to start him. Give me all your thoughts to my predicted lineup. Right, this show is flying by. We're already 20 minutes in, and I need to bring you my chat now with Jack from the Final Whistle. Get a little bit of a lowdown on all things Leicester City. I sat down with Jack this afternoon to get a bit of a feeling of what's going wrong at Leicester and how their fan base are feeling about a potential relegation scrap. I chat with my very good friend Jack, massive Leicester City fan from the Final Whistle. Jack, thank you for joining me on my pre-match show. How are you feeling about the season so far? It's been disastrous to say the least, hasn't it, my friend?
It's been a disastrous season from the start to now. And how am I feeling? It's depressing, isn't it? I think that's the word I'd use the most, depressing. Very concerning is what I'd say about Leicester City.
Yeah, you go back to the summer, obviously big transition like ourselves, relegated from the Premier League. It was a slightly better season than us, but still ended up in the Championship. Did you expect a lot more than what you've seen? Early season favourites, the pair of us, weren't we really? But as a fan that was watching what was happening in terms of recruitment, you watched Jamie Vardy depart. You live and feel the football club, Jack. Did you feel it was going to be as difficult as it actually has been?
I think if you looked at Leicester's squad this season, you thought they'd be up there in the top 6 this season, looking at the squad with some of the players we had last time in the Championship under Enzo Maresca, where you had your Harry Winkses, you had your Mavrodidis, your Fatawus. Obviously, the big miss will obviously be Jamie Vardy, who left us in the end of that season of last season. But then you think, we've got to be up for it from the start, and it's concerning that the players aren't giving that fight, that commitment. There's a lot of players who are on a high contract still. Obviously, we had a big summer where we had to get rid of quite a few of the high earners like Wilfred Ndidi and that. Max Hermanson left. So it was a little bit of a shake-up for Leicester City in the summer. But then we left it till late to bring quite a couple of players in. We brought Jordan James in from Rennes, Aaron Ramsey in from Burnley on loan, Carranza, striker. from Feyenoord, and we're thinking, okay, then we've actually got a striker in. Can we actually go and score goals this season? And that's always the main concern with Leicester, that we didn't have another striker who were capable of scoring goals apart from Jamie Vardy. And obviously the main man leaves. Did the club have a plan to replace him? Obviously not. We ended up giving Jordan Ayew the number 9 shirt. Carranza came in, not good enough on loan. He just never hit the ground running. Aaron Ramsey started his debut, got sent off, and then when he came back, you could always see that he's got glimpses of quality in him, Aaron Ramsey. But then obviously he's had a bit of an injury struggle, like he did at Burnley. Jordan James, he's just been the highlight of the season, I'd say. He's probably the more positive I've looked at Leicester in the player himself. He's carried Leicester this season, Jordan James. He's been exceptional. He scored the goals, and where would we be without him? If you take away all his goals this season, we'd be very much in the relegation zone.
Yeah, it's been difficult, Jack. You obviously changed a manager as well. When we played you before Christmas, Marty Cifuentes was the Leicester City manager. I had big questions on the night, actually, and I said in my match content, I wasn't 100% convinced that the players played for him that night. Was that the case, Jack, near the end of his tenure? Did the players not play for him?
Marty's football was boring. Marty ball was just crap. I'll be honest, it's quite frank. His football was crap. But the thing is with Marty is he wasn't the biggest problem at the football club. We've had 3 different managers since Enzo Maresca's left. So we had Steve Cooper, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Marty Cifuentes. Marty Cifuentes is not the man for this type of football club in the mess that it's in. He came in and he knew how difficult it would be. And then you've still got to come in and change the morale and the mentality of that dressing room of players who have got egos, who think they're bigger than the football club and all that. And it's difficult to come in and do that. Van Nistelrooy tried shaking it up a little bit, and with obviously he had to run in with Harry Winks and Vestergaard, and he upset a few. And as a manager, how much difficult it is of a football club to come into. You're still going to manage to get something out of this team, and the team just didn't want to get the fight for him. I don't think they gave the 100% commitment at all. There were games where we just scraped through it in the end, and what I would say about us this season, Martin, is we're a moments team. We can basically score out of nothing. Basically, we're a side that, at the start of the season, we just let teams onto us. It's like we're just trying to play around the back and just hope we can counter-attack teams, and we're just not doing it. We are honestly not doing it. The players just ain't giving enough. The fans turn up and the players haven't this season, and that's down to the players. As a manager under Marty, he's always in trouble when you've got to tell the players obviously what to do, but as soon as they cross that white line at the King Power, it's their job to go in, show themselves, and be up for the games. If they're not, that's down to the players and not the manager. But the manager's always the one that gets the sack. It's never a player. You can't sack players. You can only sack a manager. But then the board's had massive criticism as well, and rightfully so, to be honest. And Marty, he should have probably been gone sooner. But could we have been able to sack him? We couldn't. We've kept him probably longer than he should have been here. But it's down to the players, Martin, why we're in this position we are this season on the football pitch, results-wise, but it's the board's criticism that why we are in a mess with this football club.
So do you kind of feel with the footballers that they're paid a huge sum of money, they're here, and they know that they're another contract away? They're always looking for the 2-year contract, the 3-year contract, the 1+1 when they're late in their careers, and they're just looking for the next payday. And the club doesn't mean a great deal to a lot of players these days. It's not like it once was, is it?
No, football's damaged. It's damage limitation now, isn't it? Footballers are contractors. They look for the next big paycheck. That's the way it is now. Money's ruined football altogether. It's ruined that spirit, that passion about it. It's not football we once loved anymore. It's all executive and all that. It's just a business now, Martin. You get paid to go and do a job. But these players they're not doing what they're being paid to do. They're not doing anything this season. That's why the position we are where we are in the table, and the table doesn't lie. But what's not helped us even even worse this season. We've got this -6 point deduction as well, which the Premier League wanted to give us -20, but then they was happy with -12. They wanted to hit us hard as a football club, the Premier League, and obviously we don't know if they're going to want to appeal the decision. We don't know if Leicester will either. So it's a massive problem with football news these days. You know, Leicester have lost their way massively. We're paying all these big, massive contracts out. We've not learnt our lesson. We've carried on doing this vicious circle, what we're being stuck in, and no team's going to want to buy the players of that quality to spend that amount of wages on. I mean, Harry Winks on 90 grand a week. You'd think you're getting prime bloody Iniesta at this point, but we're not. So it's a struggle to get rid of them. It is, but they're only coming to Leicester because of how much we're paying. We're paying double of what other teams are paying on an average wage. And then you look at the training ground, it's probably one of the best training grounds in Europe, but we're not a Champions League team. So I think the training ground's ruined it as well. It's a bloody holiday camp and spa. That's what I'd call the Leicester City training ground. It's not where players work hard and do the odds and work hard for each other. It's just somewhere where you can just go and relax and not worry about doing the job you're being paid to do.
You need to go and check out this training ground and see what it's all about.
Oh, you do, yeah. You might as well get a tour. You get a free massage, free golf session. You get videoed every now and then.
Can you take your dog for a walk or?
Oh, Vestergaard has. He's already done that. It's lovely. You might as well have pets at home there while you're at it, Martin, vets for pets.
Oh, I love it. My viewers are going to absolutely love this conversation, Jack. Big hit on the channel as it is, big hit on the podcast. Jack, to educate fans that are new to what's happened at Leicester, talk about the reason why Leicester City were deducted the points that they have been deducted, because there's a lot of fans that don't get it. I understand it, but educate some of the younger fans that tune into my channel, my podcast.
PSR, basically, we were paying high contracts and wages to. We're basically paying more out than what we're bringing in as a football club, and that's down to poor management, poor recruitment as well. It's just into incompetence. Leicester City's lost their way as a football club. You know, we've allowed director of football John Rookin to make these decisions, and then the owner top signs it all off. So he's the man at the top. So the buck falls at the owner, of course it does, because he's the man who has to sign all these things off. John Rookin can take the criticism. Of course he can. It's massive criticism with John Rookin, with the signing to the contracts and that. And we've got ourselves in this pickle because because of the wages that we've been paying out and that, you know, and we've not been able to get ourselves out of it. We just have these internal reviews every season of why are we in this situation? But the people who are doing these internal reviews are the problem. They're not going to want to think, you know what, I'm the problem here. You know, I'll just carry on my work as normal. And this is what it's been. It's just we've took our eye off the ball massively. We are where we are as a football club regarding PSR, and then Leicester with the EFL decided, well, you can't touch us. We were in the Premier League, so the Premier League and the EFL have teamed up because Leicester City found the loophole. And then they've now closed the loophole altogether, and they've said to Leicester, well, okay, then you've messed with us enough. We're going to try and slap you hard here. And this is why it's took so long. We've been going through this court case, and we've now obviously had the decision of the -6 points. And this is where it's all stemmed to now, PSR. And I think PSR's ruined football altogether, to be honest. I do honestly think it is for the big six to help them progress as a club. But this is it. Football is ruined by PSR, it's ruined by money. And that's all I've got to say on the situation, to be honest. And obviously we deserve the punishment because we've breached, and that's where we are as a club. How we find our way back from this situation is another thing now, because I don't know what the future holds for Leicester City.
Yeah, do you think you can do what's required this season to sustain the division? Because I guess you're looking at it now thinking, okay, we are where we are. What's happened has happened, but now we're managerless. Do we go and get a manager, and who is that going to be? And how do we keep ourselves in this division? I don't see for 1 minute Leicester City going out of this division. I think you have the
fight a relegation battle. I don't think we have. You know, if the players are not going to fight for 31 games, then what are they going to do for the rest of the 15 games that are required to stay up now? And people will always say, yeah, but you're too good to go down. We said that years ago when Leicester got relegated from the Premier League. And you look at the squad we had then, Maddison, Tielemans, Barnes, Vardy. we had some great players, and that squad was competing for Europe in the Premier League, by the way. So you're never too good to go down in any league. A story of Leicester City to win the Premier League nearly 10 years ago, to then go this season and 10 years on to potentially facing League One flat in the face. It's going to be some bloody fall off. It'll probably be one of the biggest fall offs in English football, if I'm honest, if we do go down to League One this season. So all we ask from the are you still there, Martin?
I'm still here, mate. I'm still there. I can edit that bit out. That's right.
Yeah, sorry, I had a bloody phone call. All we ask from these players this season is we want to see fight, we want to see commitment and passion. The fans will turn up, but we're asking the players to. So it's tough. We've trust Andy King to take Interim. Andy King's a club legend. He should be nowhere near the position that he is at the football club. He shouldn't be trusted with this. We love him too much and respect him too much to be thrown in at the deep end and having to get the club out of this mess until we get the right manager in. But then it's finding the right manager. Who's going to want to come to Leicester City in the position that they are as a football club? Not many are going to fancy it. There's been a lot of names mentioned.
Yeah, who is the favourite, Jack? Who is the favourite?
Well, it looks like Russell Martin. Russell Martin's the bookie's favourite for the job at this minute in time. Obviously, the bet has suspended today with Sky Bet, Paddy Power and all that regarding who will be the manager. Russell Martin's the favourite. For any Southampton fan that is listening, yeah, your ex-manager is the favourite. A guy who got chased out of Scotland because he wasn't good enough at Rangers, and a guy that wasn't good enough for the Premier League, a guy that was very naive, wouldn't change his style of football. Yes, he got you guys promoted. His football's boring. It's awful. You look at from a fan's perspective, and sort of neutral. If anyone said, yeah, but you're going to be hiring Russell Martin, you're not really going to be inspired, are you, by the appointment? We've been linked with Gary Rowett, another one that's he's got relegations to keep teams up in the league. He did a quite decent job at Birmingham. He'd done okay at Derby, Millwall, but they always say the same thing. He's a draw specialist. But, in this relegation battle, it's no matter how you get these points, you've got to get them to stay up. Blackburn, they're on the same points as us. We're out the relegation zone by goal difference at the minute. So the next 15 games, we've probably got the toughest games out of the lot, Martin, to be fair. Blackburn are in a mess with the Venkers and that. But West Brom, I think they've got enough to stay up, West Brom. But it's if Leicester have as well. And that's what I say with this team. Have they got enough to fight through this? And we now need a leader who's going to come into this team now and say, okay, enough's enough. You look where we are in the table. Stop talking shit on social media and do it on a football pitch. Show that fight on a football pitch. So that's what I want to see from this team going forward. And we've brought in Jamal Lascelles from Newcastle United, leader. Hasn't really played a lot of football due to injuries, but if we can keep him fit, I think he'll be that inspiring captain like Wes Morgan, who we had many years ago. Great captain, and hopefully Lascelles can bring that without the armband. So hopefully he can bring that little inspiration. And you're looking at some of the players we have brought in as well as Lascelles, Joanne Richards from Chelsea. Good young player, hasn't played for their first team yet at Chelsea. Man City, Macassar, who Pep Guardiola speaks massively highly of. And if Pep Guardiola speaks highly of you, you know how good these young players are. But then we've got obviously Joe Rebo. Not great things we hear from Southampton fans on Joe Rebo. We always talk about laziness, not willing to put in the yards. He hasn't been doing it the last few seasons. So I only judge players on watching. Southampton fans are saying this about him, then yeah, kind of not. I wasn't inspired by the signing, but he's a football. You've always got to give him a chance as a fan, haven't you, and see what happens. And against Birmingham, I thought he were okay, but it remains to be seen how he's going to do for the rest of the season. Obviously, he's not going to be going back to a lot now due to his contract ending, and some will say thank God for that. As Southampton fans,
playing for a contract though with Leicester. Yeah, we'll be playing for a contract.
He on big wages. 70 grand a week at Southampton. I bloody hope we ain't paying all the wages. I hope Southampton help us out massively with that.
Yeah, I expect to hear you're paying I heard it was around 80% that Leicester were paying it. Maybe totally wrong. we look ahead to the game tomorrow, Leicester City versus Southampton at the King Power Stadium. Early on in the season, Saints were victorious on the evening. It was another evening kickoff. How do you see it going tomorrow, Jack?
We watch it through our fingers again. If these players don't turn up, Southampton are in good form. 4 games unbeaten. I think they've kept 3 clean sheets in the last 4.
Yeah.
So they're very steady. They're very steady now. Tonda Eckert had a good start, then he's had a blip, and now he's back at getting Southampton back in there. You know, what are you, 4 points off the playoffs?
Yeah,
It's a must.
playoffs.
It's a must win for you lot. It's a must win for you lot, but it's an even more must win game for us with the situation we're in. So I'm just hoping these players can actually turn up and show that fight, that commitment. And I know we have a decent record against you, like the King Power. So let's see what happens. But yeah, we've got quite a lot of injuries. Aribo won't be playing either. We've got a few red cards with Bobby Reed getting sent off, so we're going to have to change. We're going to have to reshuffle again. We've not got a manager in yet, but I believe it will be imminent that we will be getting a new manager in now. So hopefully we'll find out more of who that manager is. So
likely to be in the stands tomorrow night, the new manager, do you think? Do you think if it is Russell Martin, he'll be in the stands at the King Power tomorrow evening?
maybe so. Maybe so. But yeah, it all depends now on how this team can perform tomorrow night. And Leicester's too predictable. We're too easy to be got at. Every team fancies this season, and rightfully so. If you get down the right-hand side where Luke Thomas is and Stefan Mabadidi, you'll have a field day, if I'm honest with you. But if our boys ain't up for the fight, it's going to be a very long night for Leicester, I'm afraid. Do I think we can win the game? Yeah, if we turn up like prime Barcelona, but if we turn up the way we have been this season, yeah, it could be a very depressing night for us and a more better position for you.
Yeah,
So
Jack, it's the most I've ever seen you down. Now, we've spoken a lot in podcasts, in
it's
preview
depressing.
shows.
It
I
is.
don't think I've ever seen you so low as a Leicester fan. I know the feeling. We've been there. Been difficult for Southampton this year. It's not been easy. Not quite as bad as the Leicester situation, but I do think it's a great club with a good fan base and good times will be back, Jack. There's no doubt about that. Football does go round in circles. Good times will come again. I've got to get a score prediction off you, my friend. How you gonna call it tomorrow? You don't sound positive at all, which is music to our ears as Southampton fans. But
Do you know what? I'm going to go for an optimistic 1-1. I'll go for a
1-1.
draw.
He's going to go with the point.
I've gone for a draw in the predictions, so I'm going to go for a draw. You know, I've been through Leicester City, the highs and the lows, and I've been there, done it, worn a t-shirt. I'm still on the roller coaster. I'll always follow my team home and away and be there through this a tough time as a football club, and we'll see what happens, see what the future holds. But yeah, 1-1 for me. I don't like going against us, to be honest, but in my head, it could be another hammering if we don't turn up tomorrow night. And we're a side who concede quite early. So if we concede quite early, yeah, it's going to be very damning for Leicester. So I'm going to stick with 1-1. I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to sit on the fence.
Yeah, going with a draw, Jack. It's been great to speak to you. It's been an absolute privilege as always. The final whistle, for anybody that doesn't know about the final whistle, I've left all Jack's channel details in the show notes below. Jack, what's coming up on the final whistle in the days ahead, my friend?
We've got the match day vlog for Southampton, so go and check that out. We'll have the championship predictions for week 32, which is currently out. We've done the first 4 games for midweek now, as we speak on this video, so go and check that out. We'll obviously have the other half out on Thursday, so they're the weekend games. And then we'll be down to the South Coast for the FA Cup game on Saturday as we take on Southampton again. So yeah, there'll be another match day vlog, and obviously we'll be catching up with my good friend Martin on Saturday as well. Yeah, so you'll see more of me down at the South Coast.
Yeah, we will have a good chat and a good catch up as always, Jack. It's been brilliant to chat to you. I'm sorry it's not been a great season for you guys at Leicester, and I've got a lot of friends that are Leicester fans, so I hope it all works out and things turn out for the better in the long run. he goes to every single game. And there are those previous results that I spoke about early on in the show. Leicester City defeated at the weekend against Birmingham City. Prior to that, it was a defeat against Coventry. They were also beaten by Oxford. They drew with Wrexham, and they were beaten early on in January against Coventry City. Give me all your score predictions in the comments box below as we come to the back end of this evening's show. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've been watching live, thank you for all your chat, all your comments. It's been great to hold on. You can't hear me. Someone says this is the beauty about. No, I think you should be able to hear me now. Don't think you heard the first bit, but I thought Jack was good. Good guest, by the way. And the beauty with Jack is he's brutally honest. And I don't think I've ever seen him that down. I've got to be totally honest. Right, a few of your chats before we go. David is in the live. Russell Martin is arrogant enough to think he can still get Leicester promoted this season. He'll be proud of his boys. I think whoever goes in there has got a really, really tough job on their hands. If you look at the head-to-head, the odds checker, 40% chance of an away win. The draw, 27%. I don't think it'd be a draw. 33% of a home win. 1-0 Saints. I'm going with a clean sheet tomorrow. Again, I'm going to have another clean sheet. I am going to go with a Southampton win. I'm going to go with 3-0 Saints. I'm feeling really confident after hearing what Jack's got to say. And a lot of it sounds very familiar, doesn't it? We've got a 3-1 Saints from Dan there. What else do we have in the chat? 3-1, 9-0. I don't think we'd get anywhere near a nil, but it'd be quite funny. Who starts up top? I'll give you my predicted lineup. This is what I think he'd do, Eckert. This is just my gut feeling. I think Yella would get a starter right back. Not convinced Wellington to play again, but I'd just play your best team. With FA Cup at the weekend, play your best team. I won't mess around with it right now. Yander and Charles, central midfield. Tom Fellows, I think he has to start. What Jack was telling us about their fullbacks on the left-hand side. Cienza, Zaz and Larin to get 60 minutes under his belt. You wouldn't put against him scoring again. Mark feels that Leo could be rested. I do. I'd rather he waited to the weekend and rested him against Leicester's in the FA Cup game. Another clean sheet would be good. I think the goalkeeper's been doing well. Daniel Peretz, I know he took a little bit of criticism the weekend, but I think he has been really, really good. Just a quick shout out as I'm going through your chat on the show. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. We are adding so many subscribers each and every week. And if you want to be in the know of when I drop any live content, any loaded content, just hit the notification bell. We will be live tomorrow for a watch along live and also be doing post-match reaction. We've got a phone-in show, which we're going to launch later on this week as well. That's going to be a new show, and hopefully it all cross everything to get that live potentially on Wednesday evening. I know we've had most of our downs, but honestly, would not change being a Saints fan. No, I love being a Saints fan. It's I think it's nothing quite like supporting the team you love, isn't it? Depends how many changes Tonda makes. It's I just think James has got to stick with it and just don't tinker. I think he should have learned his lesson over Christmas and what happens when you continually tinker around with your team. You're best not tinkering with your team. In my opinion, I just think it's best just to keep it as it is and just keep winning, keep the momentum going. These are professional footballers. They wouldn't have done a lot of training in the last couple of days, that's for sure. They'll just be all looking ahead to a bit of recovery, bit of downtime, like Jack said. They got a cracking training ground by the sounds of things up at Leicester. Hot tubs, saunas, a lot by the sounds of it. Sounds like a great place to go for a weekend. But yeah, no, I think all jokes aside, a bit of rest and recovery down at our place, and we'll be in a really, really good place. Right, final few bits in your chat as we're wrapping things up. Can you get Dave Merrington on? Saw him at the Dow Bar recently. Such a passion for the club. I will ask him. if anyone is tuning in that knows him, can reach out, I would happily go to somewhere near him and record it. I've got all the kit to go and do it, so I'd absolutely go and do that. Yeah, I will do. And if I see him in the Dow Bar, if he talks to me on camera, I will absolutely try and do that one for you. I love it from Phil. What a great guy. He always good. Yeah, like I'm totally with you, Mark. Just rest him in the FA Cup. You can join me for a watch along live, like I said, tomorrow. Make sure you tune in. Be live a couple of minutes before kickoff. Bree has to start, Stuart too. I do worry about Stuart being pushed. We've kind of been down that road. What I do not get is why Tonda makes make his life easier. Just the back four, a nice solid defence is our key. Work the ball from back. Not many fans like it. No, I totally agree. Adam, thank you very much indeed. That is very kind of you. Thank you, mate. I would absolutely, that's very, very kind of you, really. He was a tinker man, wasn't he? Ranieri was a tinker man. I did get your message earlier, Adam. I will respond to you. It's been a mega busy day. Just quickly wrap up your final comments on the live stream. What do you think the numbers will be like for Southampton's FA Cup game when the whole chapel's closed? They are making season ticket holders pay full price of the game. They were discounted like for at a fiver, I think. I missed it, and I'll pay 15 quid a couple of days ago for it because I missed it and I totally forgot to do it. So I totally ballsed up there. Yeah, but I totally get that. You just got to play your best team. What do we have here? Can you live stream from your phone tomorrow? Oh, mate. Yeah, you can absolutely. You will be able to. Yeah, you will be able to. Yeah, you absolutely will be able to. Give Ross Stewart the next 2 games off. Such a risk to leave it to Kyle and Cameron. I think it's a good opportunity for Cameron. I really do. I do think it's a good opportunity for him. Great show. Love these live shows. Many thanks. Yeah, that's why I popped it on tonight, because like there's not loads of, without the transfer windows, like pre-match show, it's perfect, isn't it? Just to do this live, there's been like 100 and 120 in the majority of the time, not quite like the transfer shows, but it's been really good numbers. So it's worth doing. Watch along live tomorrow, then a bit of post-match at the end, and then I'll do the player rating show. I'll do that live so you can get involved in the player rating show. That will be probably around about 10:45. So I'll be streaming tomorrow from about 7:45 right the way through till just before midnight. So it's going to be loads of streaming. I've got all the console now. I've got all the gear that I need to make these shows really, really good. And hopefully, as I get better at live producing, because I'm trying to present, live produce, and do the whole lot in one hit. It's quite a challenge, but it's good fun. And I just want to thank every single one of you for supporting us. Big shout out to our sponsors of this show, DNS Carpets in Newport on the Isle of Wight. Massive shout out to Dave, Sam and his team. They are absolutely tremendous, and their support makes this channel possible. But I need to give a shout out to every single one of you that is tuning in and also taking out memberships, patrons, and everything else. It makes a massive, massive difference. And I have updated my closing credits because there's been so many new YouTube members over the last couple of weeks. There will be some exclusive content and some ad-free content this week, especially for you. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will see you again tomorrow for some more live streaming. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.